In this video, we finish up the bearing cups on the Penny Farthing. I did the top cups in the same manner as I did the bottom ones shown here, but when I was doing the top cups, I kind of got saturated with the project and I stopped. So I just took the spare steel, wrapped it around the bottom of the bearing, and put in a screw. With the completion of the bottom bearing cups, the Penny Farthing is almost complete. I still need to add a peg for mounting. The idea is that you run along the bike, step up on the peg, swing your leg around, and that's how you mount the bike. What we've been doing is using a stool to actually mount the bike. Also, the wheel needs to be rounded up. The spokes need to be tuned a little bit. You tighten up the spokes where the wheel is a little bit out of round and tune it for straightness with spoke tension. But it's something that has to be done over a certain amount of time. You can only move it so much at a time. This is what we're getting started with. You can see what I mean about the steel just being pulled around in the bottom and a screw going through it to kind of hold that bearing in place. I'm taking a piece of steel from a bicycle and putting it around a socket that has the same diameter as the bearing. Now I'm going to weld it to a washer for the side support. The piece of steel that was wrapped around the socket was much longer than I needed, so I'm cutting it to the length I need now. Now some wire brushing to prepare for welding. And welding another washer to the other side. I used a thick piece of threaded rod that I had laying around for fixturing. And now I cut the completed assembly into two pieces to make two half cups. And this is the piece that I end up with. As you can see, it's got a little bit of an indentation in the center for the bearing to ride in. And this is what it looks like once it's done. Using the completed cap, I now fixture to the bicycle. Here's the first one welded complete. And here I am cutting off the other tab, grinding for welding, and also wire brushing. Once again, I use the completed cup to fixture for the tab on the bike. Now that the tabs are welded on the bike, I use a completed cup with a wheel installed and drill through both tabs at the same time. That way my screw holes align. Cutting off the excess length. And then I grind off the burrs and smooth over the sharp edges. Repeat for the other side, and we're done. Just a quick test ride, and if you look closely you can see that the wheel isn't quite round.